You look. Yeah. Start.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Everybody can stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Eric,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
Dustin,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Sarah.
Yes. Okay, approval of the October 6, 2025 council meeting minutes. Need a motion?
So moved.
Eric, second.
Second.
Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the October 20th, 2025 committee of the whole meeting minutes. Need a motion?
Motion.
Sarah,
Second.
second.
Yeah.
Eric. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The special meeting minutes will be on the next agenda.
Special, all vote about 1 minute.
Yeah. Administrative reports, mayor's report, I don't have anything. Village solicitor,
Nothing at this time?
police chief report.
You all will have the monthly activities and stuff before the committee of the whole meeting. Just a couple of things I want to hit on. We've got majority of our new radio equipment in. We just got the charger. We're still waiting for a couple of the other items, which be the holders and stuff for the officers to carry on their belts. Just from what time I've had it using it, it is a significant, working significantly better than what our old equipment was. I think definitely the officers will appreciate it. It'll help them do their jobs and everything, keeping with communication. That's probably our most important item that we have. Also, we got some of the new taser equipment in. That's replacing out. That's where the contract was redone and adjusted, where we added Officer Bowman. That equipment, they will be sending a rep here from Axon to update our training since these are new devices before we just deploy them to the field so everybody knows how they operate and everything. Probably notice there's the plain white cruiser isn't setting out there. It's at par. They got it in. We took it up Friday, so they're getting it equipped. So it should be put into service by the end of this week, going into next week sometime with all the new equipment, lights and everything. It'll be exact identical to all the other cars and everything. Other than that, on Friday, trick or treat went real well from what I could tell. I worked Soda Crossing. We had 5 officers out. We had all 5 of our cars that we do have out and everything. There was no problems. At least significant issues I know of that occurred in the village. We assisted the county with several calls that went on that night. I think the officers told me they don't want me out working night anymore because I was apparently a magnet for everything that was going on throughout the county. But no, other than that, everything went real well. Kids enjoying all the candy we gave out and everything. So that's all I got.
Thank you.
Okay. Village administrator's report. I have a report right here. The new sewer plant is in full operation. There are still a few issues that need to be worked out, but operation is going well. Our capacity is now 1.4 million gallons a day. The water average daily flow is 0.498. Sewer average daily flow is 0.470. The utility employees were out using the valve exerciser through Chestnut Estates and Chestnut Commons over the last few weeks. Every mainline valve and hydrant were open and closed for the maintenance program. A new stop sign was replaced at the corner of Brown Street and Front Street due to the old one being damaged. A new school speed zone sign was installed on Walker Point Drive as you approach the intersection with West Side Street. The existing speed bumps on Carmel Court were painted, and a lot of odds and end jobs have been done to get the snow plow, salt spreader trucks ready for winter. Okay, village engineer.
Thank you. Give you an update. Let's see. The village, we have received quite a few applications to work within the village's right-of-way. So that would be coming from private utility companies. So Columbia Gas, which is utility pipeline that you probably see out at 762 and 104 in that area right now. Spectrum, and also AEP. They're looking to put new lines on existing poles. So you'll probably see them along 104, probably here at any point. But we've received a lot of those, getting those turned around, approved. Maintenance bonds. So we do have 3 maintenance bonds coming due this month in November. That includes Walker Point, Part 2 or Section 2. Also the 2 con spans in Foxfire, the 2 bridges. And 762 at Erin Hills. So the widening of 762 at the Foxfire entrance, that maintenance bond as well. So we'll have, excuse me, John, Mike, and Nate, our inspector. They'll go out, they'll look over each of those projects, make sure everything is as it should be. If not, they'll create a list, we'll get that to the developer, and they'll get those corrected. Chestnut Commons, so the drainage study, we did evaluate, it was considered option B. So that included some improvements on the property to the west. We met with the property owner. We have some additional work that we need to do. So we're in the process of doing that. Once we have some other items kind of pulled together, we'll get with the HOA board, we'll get with the property owner, and we'll reevaluate some options there. So that's a work in progress. Belshazzar Street improvements, working on the final plans. We'll have an internal to the company review set later this week. So I would say probably 3 weeks before we'll have a submittal for the village, but here soon. And then I also wanted to touch on 2 intersections. So I believe at the CAL meeting, it was discussed West Scioto in Maine, the T intersection, also State Route 762 and Welch Road, the T intersection. I know initially we had talked about if there were residential concerns, basically with capacity, with long delays at the stop sign. So we had talked about evaluating always stops. So essentially we would go out, we'd collect a traffic count, and we'd perform an always stop warrant analysis. Since then, we've also discussed with the village, what about a signal, what about turn lanes? There's other improvements that potentially could be made there. So we have submitted a proposal. I think the initial dollar amount was maybe 4. With these added analyses, it's closer to 10. So just wanted to make you aware. If you still want to look into it, fine. If not, we understand. And that's all I have on my list. Any questions for me?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, zoning administrators report.
Jim.
Jim.
That's you.
I didn't hear the zoning part. That's why I got hearing aids. Inspections was 10 new builds, patios, we had 7, fence 7, pools and driveway additions and sheds 7 total. Doesn't sound like much, it isn't very much, but I've been spending my time getting all my books ready for the end of the year, that we can start a new year with good solid books. Okay. Any questions for the zoning guy? Come on. All right.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Fiscal officers report.
You'll have it at the Cal.
The street department report was in there with the village administrative report. We just combined them. Legislative reports, Ralph,
Nothing.
Ross,
Not at this time, thank you.
Sarah,
No.
Eric,
No.
Dustin,
No, thanks.
Jay. Oh, that's right, he's not here. Committee reports, Park and Rec, just a few things. We posted on Facebook and sent out, we're going to do a food and toy drive here at the village to kind of help out during this time of need that people have. So you can bring, we've got some stuff in here now, you can bring those items in anytime Monday through Friday between 8 and 4 through December 15th. We're also going to have a drive-through where people can just drive through and bring toys and canned goods on December 13th. We'll get that info out soon. And December 6th is our Christmas event downtown where the tree is. It's from 3 to 6. We'll have a parade that starts at 3. We'll start at West and kind of do the homecoming route if you've ever been here. And then we'll end there. We'll have Santa Claus. Pick 'em Up Joe's will be there with free hot chocolate and we'll just have a great time. And that is all I have. Land Use Committee?
Currently, there's really no reason for us to have a meeting, probably for the rest of the year, since what we normally hear is now coming out here. There's no reason for us to have a meeting when they're going to come here. So we probably won't have anything until January.
Did, point of order, did everyone get a chance to look at the comprehensive reports that were attached to the email? Any questions about those reports?
I did get back with them and gave them the feedback that we discussed in the town meeting. We do have somebody, MSG, coming in at the December meeting.
Good.
They wanted a little bit more time to get things
I
together.
forgot you were here.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Public comments.
Before we do public comments, I just have a point of order. It has been a busy, long day out in the social media world, and so you can have 5 minutes to say whatever you'd like, but I would just personally encourage everyone to be respectful to one another, to the council, to candidates. I don't think it's appropriate to have like political candidate speeches or to bash anyone. So if we could keep this just for business or other issues before the village, that would be very appreciated.
Okay. That being said, you have 5 minutes to speak. Council will not answer you. They can answer anything they would like in additional comments. First up, we have Ricky Baldwin.
Ricky Baldwin, 62 Front Street. Sarah took some of the words out of my mouth. There has been a lot nonstop back and forth of social bashing on all ends. I'm not talking council, I'm talking for candidates, against candidates, and it seems like we've started to revert back to disrespect and not a respectful election. And I've tried to stay quiet on a lot of issues. There's some issues I have voiced my opinions on. But like Sarah, I feel it has gotten to a point that it's just a bash fest. It's not who's a better candidate for mayor or who's a better candidate for council anymore. It's this one lied here, this one lied there. This one said this one said that. I will say a great, I don't know the right word to use, but a big respect on my end for those on the ballot or as a write-in that have chosen high ground and have chosen to either stay silent, not even post, not say anything except for what they stand for. But firmly, I believe that we can all say whatever we want. Wednesday is going to be our true test on how we are as a village. And Wednesday is going to be the true test on how we show everybody else watching us how we're going to bounce back from all of this. Because even my comments alone too on Facebook, we've all become nothing but a laughingstock. We've become memes, we've become jokes. We've turned people that have been lifelong friends in this village against each other to the point to where I don't know if some relationships can be restored from the amount of whether it be involving law enforcement or just straight ripping the way we've ripped each other. Come Wednesday, I can vouch that I'm going to forget this election. I'm going to totally go back to the next 2 years till we have another one and try to rebuild some relationships that I think have been broken through all this. But election alone, we've spent so much time worrying about who's coming next and who's going to be in place. We haven't focused on any of the good stuff that has been going on in this village. Some of the changes that have been made under new command, or whether it be existing council members that have just decided that, hey, we're starting to see and starting to hear what the village is saying and we're going to listen to it, has been phenomenal across the board. I completely commend every single one of, all but one of you across the board on how you've been representing this village. And I say that from my own personal standpoint. All but one. And I still will stand here today and say there has nothing been done. There has been not one thing brought up about racial bigotry, sexual bigotry, or downright disrespectfulness to his own council member for a handicap that he can't help. We've lost our sight that we have a major problem on the council as it stands today. And come Wednesday, he's still going to be sitting there. But come Wednesday, we're all going to be so blinded by the election results, we're going to forget that we do have a serious problem on our council that does need to be addressed. And it's not his electional skills. It's not how he speaks to us. It's how he speaks about us and to each other. There's no room for your sexual orientation, and there's a space for discrimination against a man who cannot help his handicap. But we're so blinded by what's going on with this election that we forget that we have somebody representing us, representing the village, and he speaks for the village, but yet out of his mouth comes things that I hope doesn't speak for the rest of you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Sherry Faringer.
Hi, I'm Sherry Faringer. I live at 361 Cherry Hills in Foxfire. Thank you for allowing me to speak this evening. I have been here 4 months. I know some of you have been here 4 generations. My husband and I, we looked for nearly a year when we decided to move. We lived in Worthington, up north. We didn't know where we wanted to come. We looked at a 45-minute radius from my job downtown. Inexplicably, I was continually drawn down here. When we finally found the place that was to become our home, there was no hesitation. We decided right then that night. That's when we decided we were going to live here. I didn't know that there was. My first buddy was Paula. I was so amazed at how professional and warm. I was even more excited to live here. So I decided, having never been involved in any kind of community, I decided to come to council meetings. Nancy introduced herself to me and my husband. I was even more welcomed. I was so excited. I decided to get involved and volunteer and be a part of this community. This is now my home. Then I made a mistake. I got on Facebook. I did it just to learn. I don't like Facebook. I don't know how to use Facebook. I made a mistake. I feel connected to this place now. Some of y'all are exhausting me. She has been doing her job, staying above everything. I have been meeting people. I've been having great conversations with people. Corey and I have had great conversations. If Corey can get along with a new person, we can all get along. People can grow up. We can have a community. You know, we can get back some of that excitement I had. So, thank you.
Jason West.
Hello, I'm Jason West. I live at 178 Rosewood Loop. And I just want to say that it takes a special person to run for any type of elected seat, whether it be council, mayor, whatever that may be. I see the sacrifice that everybody up here makes when it comes to family, time, just your own personal well-being and mental health sometimes. And I respect that tremendously. I look forward to many more years in Commercial Point, and I am very thankful for everybody that sits up here service. And I, like everybody else, am hopeful that eventually, after Tuesday, we can all kind of mingle back together and put everything behind us. Again, thank you, and out of respect for Councilwoman King's request, I divert my time. Thank you, Jason.
Corey Wasmus.
Thank you. Corey Wasmus, 12930 Gibson Road. I got a couple things I want to get out of the way real quick. There's two petitions. I've spoken on both of these. One's to protect the Southern Point neighborhood, township neighborhood, from annexation. There's something in the plat that says Commercial Point could annex at a certain reach that. We've asked that council would formally pass something that would say you will not do that under any circumstance. That's one thing. We've gathered 251 signatures for that one as of Monday, as of today. And then the other one we've spoken on was this proposed fuel center over there at 762 and 104. Residents living close to that could impact them the most. And, they would like a Q&A, which would be like a town hall meeting. Mayor Thomas just had one of these in South Bloomfield. It was very successful. It was well attended. I believe they had they broke the attendance that they've ever had. It was on a positive note, which that's rare. Usually you get a lot of attendance when people are upset, but had a lot of good questions, and people ask a question, get an answer or a written answer within a certain amount of time. So they're asking for that to do with this fuel center. Again, on that one we had 165 signatures. Could I hand these to somebody here? I can just hear the bill. Put it right here. Make sure I get it delivered to you. I want to start out real quick after that, and I'm not even going to tell you who said this. I think people that would know, but I don't want to bring too much partisanship to this. But he said it's true. Government can solve all of our problems, but it sure can a lot more of them when nobody's looking. And I feel that that's what's happened in this community. There's things that people are really upset about. And if you look back, the things they're most upset about is when people weren't involved. So we're at a special time right now where people are looking, they're watching. And that is something that you can either not like or you can like it. I think everybody here likes that. Met every one of you. You're very personal people. Embrace that would be something I'd encourage. Talk to your residents, and I know you all do. But after today, we all know that's going to die down. But embrace that. Say, hey, I didn't just want to knock on your door when I was asking for your vote. I'm going to continue to knock on your door. This thing's going to affect you and your family. Come to the meetings. Keep coming. Be involved. Keep looking. So another thing, I was talking with Jim Kozelka, and I know people probably think I just kiss his butt all the time. I mention every time. But I highly respect him because he's given so much time to this village and this community. And he asked the question, if people aren't involved, we try to keep a zoning commission together and a planning, and it's hard to get people that want to stay involved. And I said, well, he talked about retiring one day. I don't think you all are ready to lose him here yet. But he likes to fish and golf, and I don't blame him. One day he'll retire. I said, well, who's going to do it if you go? He said, I honestly don't know. And I think we owe it to him to stay involved, get involved. And like I said, you guys seize this opportunity. You want committees, you need to keep the Parks and Rec going. You got people that will jump on that board in no time. I know Sherry, I had a great conversation with her. Becky Blevins, I know there's a lot of people, not putting you on the spot, but a lot of people that want to be a part of that. So if they want to be involved, give them a job. It's like church. You want them to come? Give them a job. They'll show up. Show that you're counting on them. But most of all, people are looking. And another thing about looking, it's like Jesus. All he asks for us to look. You want to be saved? Look. That's all he's asking. That's all we're asking right now. If people want to get involved and they want to save us from the things they don't like, just look, watch, and get involved. So it's a great opportunity. I hope you guys take the community up on it. Get them involved. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Okay, last we have Bill Scala.
Thank you, Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, council, Bill Scala with K-Nova. I'll be very brief because I know everybody wants to get home and there's been a lot of talk already. First off, I want to say the last 10 years since we've started doing business with Commercial Point, I couldn't be prouder of what we've accomplished. It's been truly incredible. We've worked with some great people, and obviously it's been a learning experience for the village. It's been a learning experience for us. But I'll echo what some of the people first said, and the last few months has been shameful. It has been, as an outsider, but our name has been tied to the village for some years now. This has been shameful. So, but there's been a lot, and what's worse than the shame is and there's been a lot of stuff floating around about developers. I'll a few of them here real quick. Our industrial development, everyone, the TIF, the CRA, everyone, like most people don't understand what those are, but oh man, there's a lot of stuff flying around that somehow we're hurting the community. Well, and Wendy can attest. This May, the school district got over $1 million check from, that was the first payment. They're getting another one in December, and TIF funds that we didn't put one student in the schools. And everybody keeps saying that we're overcrowding schools and everything else. Now we got $326,000 of our, that was the first payment of our 25 refundable public works expenses that we financed for the village and for the people, so they didn't have to pay 1 penny out of pocket. And we tried to roll that back to securing some wellfield ground, because there's a reason why Columbus in the 90s and early 2000s, and some of the people who have been down here that long know, there's a reason why they came down here and started tying wellfield ground. They were tying it up not for one generation or two generations, they were tying it up for 100 years from now. They're about to build a $1.6 billion fourth water plant, and they're still looking to tie up more water. Because they know access to water is access to life. So we tried, so we came up with, on my own initiative, because John Gross asked me to, we tied up some wellfield ground and we want to test it, and we wanted to reinvest and put our money at the back of the TIF. And man, did everybody, a lot of people had some strong opinions about that. But somehow we were, it's okay. I told Bruce we're going to offer it up to Columbus. They already said they want it, so I'm dealing with that. And then the CRA for the townhomes, right now we could build 60-some homes right there, and the village will lose money on every single one of those houses. And obviously, so we're going to put just another 60 houses full of kids in the school and everything else, and the school district will lose money and everything else. The townhomes, we purposely want to bring educated young people and people that want to start families, good people. Right now, there isn't that product in the city or in the village. That was a conscious choice. We're making less money by going this route, but we felt it was the right way to go. The developer said, the home builder said they need the CRA to make it competitive with other. But okay, the CRA, because that has a pilot payment in lieu of taxes for people that don't know. The home builder is willing to pay the village 15 years of payment in lieu of taxes up front, plus tap fees, plus everything else. So plus the money the industrial developments given to the schools. But we had people going around saying that we're trying to build stuff and people aren't going to pay taxes for 15 years. That's not true, but okay. Our home builders willing to pay it up front to the village. Now, what governmental body doesn't want 15 years of taxes up front? Plus income tax every year once the residents move in and everything else. But okay. Biggest thing that's really pissed me off is, and pissed my family off, is this year, this whole responsible growth. We got to grow responsibly. Well, Commercial Point, in my opinion, has been doing that from day one, even before we even knew which way we were going to go with Commercial Point. From that first meeting 10 and a half years ago with Ross and John Gross, we started mapping out how we could help the village and how we could all grow together, how we could bring jobs and everything else, and do it the right way. Not overtax the schools, not everything else. Now, I'm not saying we did everything right. Lord knows my wife will get up here and say that.
You have 5 seconds.
Okay. Last thing I'm going to say, thank you, Ross. Thank you for all you've done over the last 10 and a half years. It's been a privilege. And the last thing I'm going to say is I'm an outsider. I can't vote here.
Billy?
Anybody that votes for Corey Wassmus is an idiot.
Okay. Moving on, business items. Village administrator. I sent everyone, again, the resume of David Riley. We're just looking for a motion. Is there any discussion about it, first of all?
There is. I had a question. I believe when John Gross, he didn't live inside the village. You guys did a waiver for him or something. Does he live in the village?
He does not. But I think the ordinance that we passed is carryover. I don't think it was specifically for John.
Okay, so just continue through.
I think it was specific to John. His
Was it?
name was
That's
on
what I didn't remember.
But we would have 6 months.
Yeah.
If once you would hire Dave, we would have 6 months. Thank you.
So with that, I feel he'd be a great asset to this village with his background and training. I just need a motion.
So moved.
Okay, I need a second.
A motion for what?
The village administrator, that's what we did with John. We looked back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a point of order. Bill, isn't that just an appointed position by the mayor? That's not a council move. That is an appointment by the mayor.
The mayor can appoint, she's chosen.
And we're still okay statutory? Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I thought we all should be on the same page with it. Okay, so a motion by Ross,
Second.
second by who?
Me.
Eric. Okay, I'm gonna do a roll call on this.
Sarah,
Yes.
Dustin,
Yes.
Eric,
No.
Ross.
Yes.
Ralph.
No.
Three yes, 2 no's.
So, okay, we good there?
Good.
All right, we're gonna move on to legislation. This is up for second reading. Resolution number 29-2025, a resolution to make temporary appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Commercial Point, Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2026.
Being that we have had nobody speak against this and to allow Wendy enough time, I'd like to make a motion to waive the third reading.
We have a motion by Eric,
Second.
second by Ross. Roll call.
Ross,
Yes.
Dustin.
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes?
Ralph.
Yes.
Okay, motion to adopt.
Yeah.
Eric, second.
Second.
Dustin. Roll call.
Eric,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Dustin,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Good.
Up for third reading is ordinance 2025-08, an ordinance accepting the final plat of Foxfire subdivision, Phase 4, Part 1. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Ross. Second.
Second.
Second by Sarah. Roll call.
Dustin,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
All right. Third reading, ordinance 2025-09, Foxfire subdivision, Phase 4. Eric?
Eric,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
Dustin,
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Okay, we have no pending administration action. additional business, I do have something. I'm only going to say this because people have asked. I spoke with our economic development attorneys to make sure what I'm saying I can say. It's in regards to the data centers. Speaking with them, the only legal entitlement is the zoning. That's all we have given them. What hasn't been given to them are the following: abatements, TIFs. Both parties have to agree to the CRA. If the school says no, the village can accept the CRA, but I don't know if anybody on council would want to do that. It is true that AWS owns the land. That's it. They could sell that property and it could be rezoned if that's what people want. But sitting up here on council, we've heard the opposite the last 2 to 3 years. Said, they're concerned. Are we gonna get sued? Anyone can sue anyone. Per our economic development attorneys, they have no basis on which to sue. Their chance of winning is 0%. So all it is that they own the land. That's it. We have no signed agreements with them. None. People say, well, why didn't you get your information, go out and look? Well, the information that I've seen is just pertinent to Commercial Point. I can't look that up. And I wish that I could share it with you all. And I think going forward with these, there has to be some kind of agreement of letting council know, because these are the people that are going to vote for it. I'm only voting in case of a tie. So I wanted to bring this factual information to you. Made sure I crossed all my T's, dotted all my I's to bring you the real information. So I appreciate it. And tomorrow is voting day. Polls open at
6:30.
6:30. That's all I have.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Have a good evening.